What's up, y'all? It's your boy JTMM, aka Just 10 More Minutes, aka the Freaking 10, and it is Thursday, which means it is Warning Thursday, and we get to listen to Exterminated. Now, this one, on a lot of the playlists that I found, just wasn't on the 21st Century Blood until I finally was able to find the Warnings playlist. Generally I just do a Google search and, there's the playlist. And then, of course, it shows a lot of people's personal playlists, which then don't include it. And then finally I went to the Warning page, went to their playlist, and, here was the 2 live sessions, A River Soul and then Exterminated. This is, Show Me the Light was one that was just awesome. Love that song. And, again, I'll say it again, with the exception of Wildfire. I absolutely love it. Now, Wildfire is a good song, just didn't connect with me. Everything else connected with me 100%. The more I've thought about it, with each song, between Copper Bullets, and then the 21st Century Blood itself, just awesome stuff. So, and yes, dealing with some allergies, the weather changing, it's now here in kind of the 30s and such here in Texas in the mornings, and getting up into the 60s and sometimes 70s, and just that weather change messes with my sinuses. So otherwise feel great. That being said, I'm interested to hear this song because Exterminated is a very harsh word in the sense, you're talking about doing away with something completely from a given area. And so, are we talking about love being exterminated? Are you talking about a group of people? Are you talking about your feelings? Are you talking about bad influences? There's so many different things that you can apply that word exterminated. Now, most of the people just say get rid of. But in this sense, it could apply to so much. So I'm interested to see how they use it. But there's only one way to do it. So let's check it out. Ooh. Okay. Instantly, it gives me that old school Joan Jett kind of vibe that, I don't know, there's some that I Love Rock and Roll is the first thing, it was just kind of that doo-doo-ch, doo-doo-ch. That's the first thing it kind of got me with it. Like it so far. Interesting. I'm trying to process what my thoughts are on it. The first couple of lines were odd to me with the vocals. Not in a bad way. It's just I don't know of a lot of songs that start where it's a do 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 do, and I mean that in the sense of just kind of the vocals she did with the pitch sway. I normally, you can hear that in a chorus. I kind of like that. That was a cool way to start the lyrics. Everything is gray, all around me is decay. Darkness invades me again, the blood is boiling in my veins. Anger is showing through my face, clouding up my mind. Ooh. It's one of those when you kind of read those out loud, you just kind of get that darkness behind it. The destruction brings me pain, there is no other way. I need to have my revenge. And I will say, this is normally a lot earlier than when I normally start the warning videos. Normally, when I start, I'm doing the Sabaton history first, which generally is a longer video. But it's actually around 4:45. I usually don't start the warning till like 5:15, and my caffeine is kicked in. So I'll apologize. The destruction brings me pain. There is no other way. I need to have my revenge. Another war's beginning. More blood is spilling. Another soul's been taken away. Another storm is growing. More winds are blowing. A hurricane that won't go away till it's all exterminated. Lyrically, I love this. I absolutely freaking love this. Another war's beginning. More blood is spilling. Another soul has been taken away. Another storm is growing, more winds are blowing, a hurricane that won't go away till it's all exterminated. Love those lines. I want to hear more. I want to hear kind of the repeat of it and see lyrically, by far, one of the better songs that I really, really like from a lyric perspective. A lot of them where it's the love story and it's this and that, with the exception of Copper Bullets is a different animal in itself. Those, you kind of get the feeling of the story and you can feel the heartbreak and you can feel the emotion. This is a different animal and I like it. Let's see where it goes. Nice. I gave that old school 70s rock exit at the end there. I really like that. There's something about the cadence and the delivery of the till it's all exterminated. That really stood out. And I like the difference what they did there. I'm processing it because it had a different feeling to it. And I really like that one. And not just from a musical perspective, you know, I mean, the vocals and that kind of, I called it a pitch, so I make shit up all the time. But I hope y'all understand what I'm talking about, that where it was just kind of that arcing at the end where she went to that higher pitch. And generally, you know, I'm trying to think of, on an opening of a song, generally an artist will kind of come out, I don't want to say flat, but will kind of just go in the same pitch across, you know, an opening line. They may do some lower, they may do a little bit upper, but that just had a cool little arc at the end. Hopefully that makes sense. But it's the lyrics that I really freaking like with the image that it portrays. Unfortunately, y'all will laugh. And I realize I look like a geek and a nerd, and you know I am. I wear it proudly. Um, but there's a YouTube show that I watch. In all honesty, I've never watched like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, or played it. No interest in it. But I got turned on to a Critical Role show, where it's voice actors that do the actual like playing of the D&D game, and they get into character with the, you know, using the different voices they're capable of. And it's one of the best dramas I've ever freaking watched. And so when it was talking about that first one of everything is gray, all around me is decayed, darkness invades me again, the blood is boiling in my veins, anger showing through my face, clouding up my mind. That's the first thing, as I had this image of this being that had just had enough, right? And was tired of it and was just about to unleash hell. And so that was the first thing that pictured. And it was just, it's one of those, then you get into the whole till it's all exterminated. And, you know, obviously it played a huge influence in how much I liked it, because the show is phenomenal if you just listen to their voices. I use it when I go to sleep, and the stories they tell and the scenes that they create are just absolutely amazing. And so in the back of my mind, as the warning's playing, I have this image of their characters just having enough and getting ready just to unleash hell on the enemy, and it is one of the best visuals. So that played into it, and how much I liked it quite a bit. But it's the lyrics. There is no escape from these visions in my head. It feels like I've been in hell. I won't rest until it's over. Must put an end to this disorder. I want the light back in my life. We were supposed to help each other, but instead I just wondered, when will I have my revenge? Another war's beginning, more blood is spilling, another soul's been taken away. Another storm is growing, more wind is blowing, a hurricane that won't go away till it's all exterminated. I've said this is one of my favorites lyrically because of the images that it puts out. Uh, and I think it's because it's a, if you look at it from a relationship standpoint, if you take it and interpret it in the sense of someone in a relationship getting, you know, just beaten down until they've had enough, and that anger is boiling over until they want their revenge for being hurt, you could look at it that way. And you could say, yes, it's another song by The Warning where they talk about relationships and pain in a relationship, or, you know, and one person wanting to be free, but in this instance, get their revenge. You could definitely interpret it that way. But the beauty of interpretation is it's different by each one of us. And so for me, as I picture it, I'm picturing it in that sense of a character that has had enough, not from relationship, but of being bullied, and you know, having that friend that was supposed to help them, but in turn was betraying them. And from that perspective of not from a love interest, but from a friendship, and just having enough and realizing it and getting ready for another war. And that first image of the blood is boiling in my veins and anger showing through my face, clouding up my mind. Love it. This one's one of my favorites. The music, I mean, the music was good. I really liked how they, there was some grunge to it, I guess you could say. And then that ending just had 70s, kind of 80s, ending to it that was really cool. I really like this one. Like I said, with the exception of Wildfire, which was not a bad song, just didn't connect with me. These are just phenomenal. Like I'm sitting here going, okay, did any of these not just rock? Like no, the whole entire album is phenomenal, and that's something rare. For a lot of people that are younger, you don't remember cassette tapes, or even vinyls for that matter. Even though they're making a comeback, people still aren't, overly familiar. But man, you think about those side B tracks, right? Where you may get, the best songs on side A, or like the first two songs are kind of going to be the ones that are played on the radio, and then you get to that side B, and you may get that first song on side B that may be a pretty good song, but the rest of them, a lot of the times, are just there. But these would all be side A. I mean, these are great freaking songs. Cannot wait to check them out live. That's what's coming up next. I'll see you then. Y'all know who I am and what I'm about. I'm JTMM. Like, subscribe, and share. I'm out.